When you think of baseball in October, you pretty much think of one name. Nobody wins 5 World Series by chance, and no one takes home 2 MVPs from the Fall Classic without being one of the most clutch hitters in the history of the game. You might know who I'm talking about, but still, you kids just don't know how good Reggie Jackson was. Reggie Jackson actually played the first 35 games of his career in Kansas City with the Athletics in 1967. And when the A's moved west to Oakland the following season, he moved with them and quickly became the team's star attraction. In his first 4 full seasons in the majors, Jackson clubbed 131 home runs and made 2 All-Star teams. By 1972, he had the A's on the cusp of a dynasty. And just as he was ready to help Oakland win its first title since moving out west, he got hurt, pulling his hamstring in the final game of the ALCS and was forced to miss the entire 1972 Fall Classic. Jackson watched as his A's teammates captured a World Series title, and he was intent on being a bigger part of the celebration the next time around. And boy, oh boy, was he ever. Not only did he win the American League MVP award that next season in 1973, but in that year's World Series, when the Athletics got back, he was far and away the team's top performer. Jackson hit .310, collected 17 total bases, and drove in 2 runs in a decisive Game 7 against the New York Mets. Unsurprisingly, he was awarded the World Series MVP. And so, his reputation as a killer in the postseason was born. But was he ready to stop at just 2 titles? Of course not! His swagger, his clutch ability, and his ridiculous raw power had the Athletics thinking three-peat. And as luck would have it, they landed back in the World Series yet again in 1974, this time taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Oakland made quick work of LA, and Jackson again came through when his team needed him the most. The lefty power hitter was just 28 years old and already a 3-time World Series champion. All the while, Jackson was racking up stats in the regular season at a historic pace. He had more than 250 career home runs before his 30th birthday. And when he turned 30, the Athletics shipped him off to the Orioles, assuming he would be leaving Oakland for free agency the following season. He spent the 1976 season in Baltimore, a short break between the 2 clear chapters of his career, the Athletics and the Yankees. Take it from me, to be able to play for 2 amazing organizations like the Athletics and the Yankees, both of us were very blessed. As it often does for great players, going to the New York Yankees helped elevate Reggie Jackson to legendary status. But for him, it didn't come without controversy. He and fiery manager Billy Martin often clashed, sometimes physically, but ultimately, Martin knew the talent he had in Jackson, and thank goodness he did. In 1977, Jackson's first season with the New York Yankees, the Yankees reached the World Series and had a chance to put the Dodgers away in Game 6. With the Bronx Bombers down 3-2 in the 4th inning, Jackson clubbed a Burt Hooton offering into the 3rd deck at Yankee Stadium and gave the home team a 4-3 advantage. The following inning, Jackson came up again. He lined an Elias Sosa pitch over the right field wall for his 2nd homer of the game, putting Yankees up 7-3. By the time he came up again, the Yankee Stadium crowd could taste the World Series title. It was still 7-3 in the 8th inning, and Reggie Jackson just couldn't resist. He belted a 3rd home run, this one off Charlie Huff, and the Bronx Zoo erupted. The Yankees won the game and the series, and Jackson won his 2nd World Series MVP to go along with his 4th World Championship. With it, he became the first player ever to win a World Series MVP award with 2 different teams. New York repeated the following year once again over the Dodgers, with Jackson hitting .391 and 2 more home runs. Jackson's performances in October somehow obscured what a great player he was from April through September. Even ignoring his numbers in October, he was an all-time great. He won the AL MVP award in 1973. He made 14 All-Star teams, led the AL in homers 4 times, and retired with 563 round trippers. Good enough for 6 on the all-time list when he hung up the spikes. But there is no doubt his elevated play in October is what helped immortalize him in baseball lore. He hit 18 home runs in the playoffs, the 5th highest mark ever. His 10 World Series home runs are tied with Lou Gehrig for 5th all time. His 5 home runs in the 1977 World Series are tied with George Springer and Chase Utley for the most home runs in a single fall classic. He was without a doubt one of the best clutch performers in baseball history, and it was never more clear than on that special night in 1977, Game 6, when he became Mr. October.